Is the crypto market about to explode, or is it all just a manipulation? Donald Trump's latest comments on Bitcoin are stirring the pot, and his crypto czar, David Sachs, has made some huge predictions. Today, we're going to break down why these remarks are sending shockwaves through the crypto world. If you don't want to miss out on the inside scoop, stay tuned, because we'll show you why this could be the biggest opportunity you've ever seen in crypto. Welcome back to Crypto and Assets. If you've been paying attention, you'll know the crypto space has been going through quite a ride lately. But today, we've got some big news that could have a major impact on Bitcoin's price and crypto as a whole. Recently, President Donald Trump made some surprising statements about Bitcoin. For those of you who follow Trump's rhetoric, you'll know he's not always been a fan of crypto in the past. But now, he's calling Bitcoin amazing and is even praising its ability to create jobs for the United States. This is a massive shift. The President of the United States, regardless of who holds the office, influences the public discourse, and when Trump speaks, people listen. What makes this even more significant is that it's never happened before that a sitting president or even a former one has publicly supported Bitcoin in such a way. His endorsement could be seen as a signal that the US government might finally start embracing Bitcoin and crypto as part of the economic future. Trump specifically pointed out that Bitcoin takes pressure off the US dollar, which could be a game changer for the future of crypto. But that's not all. Trump's crypto czar, David Sachs, has hinted that July could be a big month for crypto. Why? Well, we're expecting major legislation to be passed, including the Genius Act and the Clarity Bill Act, which are both critical for the future of crypto in the US. If these bills get signed into law, they could bring a wave of institutional investment into the market, which would push prices up even higher. Sachs also mentioned that Bitcoin recently hit a new all-time high, something that hasn't gone unnoticed by the crypto community or by institutional players. Now, let's talk about the real power behind Bitcoin's rise. As more and more Bitcoin is being hoarded by long-term holders, these whales are holding on tightly, and their supply is decreasing. When you see long-term holders accumulating Bitcoin, it's a strong sign that they believe in the future of Bitcoin. They've been around for years and understand the cyclical nature of the market. We can see that Bitcoin's price is already over $100,000, and this is just the beginning. With these long-term holders continuing to stack their BTC and other key players like Trump and Sachs backing the digital asset, we're positioned for a future that could see Bitcoin soar to new heights. Let's now turn to some exciting news for XRP holders. You might have heard that a judge just made a huge decision in the Ripple case, rejecting the SEC's motion to dismiss the case. This could have a massive ripple effect, no pun intended, on the entire crypto space. The SEC wanted to reduce Ripple's penalty by over 60%, but Judge Torres threw a curveball, and the case is still on. Why does this matter? If XRP wins this battle, it could lead to much-needed legal clarity for other cryptocurrencies, making the space more regulated and secure. This would be a huge positive for crypto investors, as clearer regulations mean fewer risks and more opportunities. If XRP wins, it could pave the way for more positive legislation in favor of crypto, which would push the prices of many altcoins, including XRP, Ethereum, and even Bitcoin, even higher. If we look at the market trends, we see something significant happening. We're seeing a record number of Bitcoin holders, especially long-term holders, stacking more Bitcoin month after month. This on-chain data shows that long-term holders are not selling, even as Bitcoin price fluctuates. They're holding tight because they understand the bigger picture. In fact, if we compare the current trend to past market cycles, we see that this time around, long-term holders are increasing their positions. In previous market tops, long-term holders usually sold into the short-term traders, but right now, they're holding onto their BTC with both hands. This is a clear indication that there is something bigger brewing in the market, and those who are patient will be rewarded. Despite Bitcoin's price reaching over $100,000, we are still incredibly early in the grand scheme of things. When you look at Bitcoin's total market cap, it's still only about $2 trillion, tiny compared to traditional markets like gold or the stock market. The fact that Bitcoin's price is already at these levels with such a small market cap shows just how much room for growth there is. Another key point to consider is the growing institutional interest in Bitcoin and crypto. As David Sachs pointed out, Wall Street is already positioning itself for the future. The institutional money coming into the market is huge, and once Congress legalizes certain aspects of crypto, particularly decentralized finance, DeFi, we could see a flood of institutional capital that will drive the price even higher. But it's not just about Bitcoin. The entire DeFi space is booming. With the passage of the stablecoin bill, we could see massive growth in decentralized finance protocols. These DeFi projects are poised to grow rapidly as more money floods into the crypto space, and institutional investors are beginning to take notice. So, is the crypto market about to explode? It sure looks that way. With major institutional players backing Bitcoin, legal clarity coming for XRP, and the US government embracing Bitcoin, we could be in for one of the most exciting periods in crypto history. But remember, we're still at the beginning. We're in the early stages of what could be a massive bull run, and those who are prepared now will reap the rewards in the future. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the next big update. Stay informed, and stay ahead of the curve. This video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Always do your own research before making any investment decisions.